right, let's get started on click-worthy, crafting CTAs that convert. Okay, I'm Jessica Green. If you're new around here, I am the CEO and founder of the Self-Made Hub, and I cannot wait to talk to you today a little bit about crafting CTAs, calls to action. We're going to talk about what those are, why to use them, how to craft them, how to make everything work just seamlessly in your social media content, your posting, and all your follow-up. So here are two stats I want to share with you. So adding CTAs to your Facebook page when you make posts can actually increase click-through rates by 285%. Just by adding that simple call to action to a Facebook post can increase the click-through rate of what you're wanting them to do by 285%. And videos can increase conversions by 144%. So let's think videos like Reels and Lives and TikToks. So learning how to create that compelling call to action that prompts followers to make a purchase, sign up, or engage more deeply, you're going to increase on your Facebook page 285% and on your videos by 144%. So let's dig in, okay? So let's talk about what is a call to action and, like the understandings of the basics of a CTA, right? So a call to action is that like thing that you tell somebody to do at the end of your content, on your picture, on your post, in your reel, that call to the next action, okay? So now the basic understanding of making them effective, clarity is key. Ensure that your call to action is straightforward and it leaves no room for confusion. Because what do we always say around here? Confused people do nothing. So urgency and scarcity. Use language that conveys urgency or scarcity so that it prompts them to take immediate action. And I'm going to give you some examples on all of this too. So just grab your notebook and stick around for a few minutes. And then visibility. You want to make sure that wherever you're putting this call to action, it's very loud and proud and visible. Maybe it's in bolder font. Maybe it's at the end of your video and it's also in your copy. Make sure the size maybe is a little bit bigger. The color is a little bit different. It's a little bit different font, just so that it stands out and people understand there's a direction here. Alert, alert, alert. I'm supposed to do something. Okay. So it does guide your prospect. It gives them clear direction on what to do next, because you can create all this amazing content and the most enamoring post out there, but if you don't tell them what to do next, they're not going to do anything. And it reduces the chances of prospects feeling lost or confused when they've actually enjoyed your content but aren't really sure what to do next. And it seems so simple, yet people aren't doing it. And then it simplifies your prospects' decision making. So you're guiding them to the next step, and the call to action. It just simplifies the process for them, and they don't have to sit there and make tough decisions on things because you're already telling them exactly what to do to make the next action easier for them. It's going to increase your engagement. Active participation encourages prospects to engage with your content, leading to a higher interaction rate, but it's also going to share it with other people, follow for more, those kinds of things. That's going to activate participation across your entire platform and get more eyeballs on you, which is the overall end goal, right? It also boosts algorithm visibility. So increased engagement can boost your content's visibility on social media platforms across the board, reaching an even bigger audience than maybe what you even set out to do. And it encourages that social sharing. Say that 10 times in a row. Social sharing, social sharing. Effective CTAs can prompt viewers to share your content, expanding your reach organically instead of using paid advertisements. And it boosts conversions. You're directing them towards a goal. So call to action directs prospects towards a specific action that then leads to the actual conversion of which you're doing or making the content for in the first place. Just stick around to the end. You're going to get a call to action from me on this very specific thing. So you might be asking them to sign up for a newsletter or make a purchase, whatever it is you want to convert them to the next thing. And we here at the Self-Made Hub take this even a step further. In your call to actions, we usually tell you to use a keyword in that, and we automate that process for you. So even if they do your call to action and it's We like to tell you to have them type something below or message me this, because we can set up automation on your back end so that that call to action is not just a static statement. Then it's actually asking them to do something that's going to kick off an entire automated campaign of up to, well, how many ever? We say 14 additional follow-ups from that, and all set on automation so that you don't have to wear your thumbs out remembering to follow up with all the people and sending all of those messages manually. You don't need to do that. It's also going to improve your what is ROI? Return on investment. So your time investment of putting that content together, that live, that TikTok, that post with all that great copy is an investment of your time, right? Time equals money. And so if you're going to spend a ton of time creating that content, you better make sure it's converting into money, or it's not worth your time spending there creating all of that amazing stuff that you guys put out there on social media. I see it all the time. I'm like, wow, that's so cool. But then what? You're hoping they follow you for more. And even follow me for more is not my favorite call to action. I'm going to put that in here as one of the options you can use, but follow you for more, the 6 to 10% ratio, the 6 to 10% conversion rate from that is what it actually is. So if you make a post with 1,000 friends on social media or 1,000 followers, and you make an additional post or reel, 6 to 10% of those are actually going to see it. So follow me for more is not my favorite. I like to get them to opt into something so that they're on my list so that I can follow up with them and they're going to see it in email or SMS as much as possible. That's what we help you do here at the Self-Made Hub, is take everything and put it on automation and make sure you're getting more eyeballs on it, more actual buying eyeballs, because they're going to be people who opt in for what you're already talking about. So they're already interested in what you have to sell, instead of just spamming a bunch of stuff out there, throwing noodles to a wall, as I like to say, and hoping that they stick. So it's going to improve your return on investment by guiding prospects to convert. Your call to action can significantly improve the return on investment for your marketing efforts. And I promise you, if you try it, you're going to love it. Okay, a few types of calls to action, just the types of them, not actual ones. I'm gonna give you a list of those too, and stick around to the end, because I'm gonna give you a big, huge PDF of things that you can use for your calls to action. So direct CTAs, buy now, add to cart. Those are things you're telling them exactly what to do right now. One of the call to actions we like to use around here is start now. Start your Self-Made Hub membership now. So start now is a keyword, a comment word, a direct call to action we use all the time. Lead generation calls to action, meaning you're just looking to get more people on your list. Subscribe, download free ebook, because in that you're going to automate it and you're going to ask for their email and their phone number so that you can then continue to follow up with them on autopilot. Informational calls to action, learn more, read more. Those are informational calls to action. Event promotion, register now, join us. I like this one, save your seat. I want it to seem scarce, that maybe there's not going to be enough seats left, and I want you to save yours. So register now, join us, save your seat. Social sharing calls to action, share on Twitter, share on Facebook, share this post, share this reel. Now, let's talk a little bit about crafting that call to action. You want to make sure that the language and the tone is tailored to match your audience's expectation and your brand voice. Don't start going out there and using a bunch of calls to action that are like, meh. You don't want to do things that don't match your audience's expectations from you. Then you want action-oriented verbs. Use strong, compelling verbs to encourage action. You want them to know exactly what to do and have no confusion once your content has been consumed. And then benefit-oriented, highlight the immediate benefit or value the user will receive. You could put in there, subscribe now for more information on opt in or register or save your seat for our amazing webinar on Wednesday night. Obviously, you're going to say something different than that. I'm going on the fly right now, but you want to give something that's benefit oriented. What are they going to get out of doing your actual call to action? And then designing your call to action. You want to have contrast in color. Use bold fonts, use different fonts, use a different color, put it at the end of your video in flashing lights, comment more info. However you have to do to get their attention, because we are in a constant speedy world of different things flying at us all day, and you want to give them direction that they can see very, very quickly. Positioning. You want to make sure that you're putting your call to action in the right position. I've done some reels before and my call to action kind of got buried in the copy. And I don't like that because I don't think people are seeing it. So we're adding calls to action to the end of each video in bold text. And then when we put the copy together, we're going to make sure that we can bold or change the font or color whenever humanly possible on these social media platforms. Okay, so also, real world examples. You want to use examples of successful campaigns and before and after case studies and all of those things to help you and have consistency across all of your channels. Your calls to action need to be consistent. So use things that people are going to go, oh, she got that, so I'm going to get that, and be consistent across all of your different platforms so that when somebody sees something from you on Facebook versus what they see from you on Instagram versus what they see from you on TikTok, you're kind of doing the same things. Like we use webinar, we use automate, we use register, we use business, we use like make sure that you kind of use the same ones on all the different platforms out there and use some things that people are going to resonate with. So like they can say, oh, me too, I'm going to go get that. I'm going to give you 10 top CTAs to use in Reels right now. But stick around to the end because I'm going to give you something to walk away with too, okay? So call to action number 1, the top 10, remember, on Reels. Call to action number 1, swipe up. Directs viewers to more detailed content or a landing page encouraging further engagement. Now, you can't always use swipe up on every platform, so just determine which ones that you can use that on. Tap to learn more. Engages viewers by offering additional information, sparking curiosity. Just tapping to learn more is a pretty easy, fast call to action. Comment yes below. Encourages interaction and engagement, fostering a sense of community. Well, I don't know if that's necessarily what I agree with, but the comment yes below, it's setting them in a mindset, but it's also a keyword that can be used. And we can set that up on automation because automation is my thing. That's my jam. All right, call to action number 4, double tap if you agree. Now, again, make sure this is appropriate for the platform that you're on because double tapping doesn't always mean something on every single platform. Tag a friend who needs this. You can expand your reach and engagement by involving viewers' networks and asking them to tag or share things like this. DM me for more info. Now, here's the thing with this one. You can do that, but I can give you one better. If you just put comment keyword below, then you can automatically on auto response DM them. Now you're not having to make sure that they get over to your DMs and they actually send you more info, or we actually send them more info. I can actually tell you to comment below and I'm going to reply to your comment. I'm going to DM you and I'm going to give you more info, and I'm not going to actually have to do it because I can set it up with my system that puts it all on automation. So the DM me more for more info you can use, but if you have automation set up, you don't really need to do that. You can just say comment this below. Call to action number 7, save this post for later. Saves especially on TikTok, I know on that platform, saves actually increase your algorithm over there. So there's like 5 top things when people comment, when people share, and when the viewing time. So if you look at the analytics on your TikTok, it will show you the different things that they're measuring. And those are the things to pay attention to. So saves actually increase your algorithm. So just a simple save this post for later call to action is going to help increase your views on that. Okay. And then call to action 8, share this with your network. Again, it's a share thing, trying to widen your visibility and extending your reach. Visit the link in bio, drives traffic to your website and or landing page, facilitating conversations. I always say you should have a link in bio because when people are scrolling and they want to see all about you, they're going to go up and look through those links. I do it all the time. You do it all the time. We all do it all the time. So if you don't have a links in bio, we have something called Hub Links. It's all included in your membership with the Self-Made Hub. And it's somewhat like Linktree or Milkshake or Stand Store things, but it's all totally customizable and totally branded to you, and also is all in all one platform. And you can set up automation on the back end of those so that you're collecting information, sending them a cart to check out, whatever it is that you want. It's all done in the one platform. So you don't have to skip around to a bunch of different apps and different things like that. Call to action 10, follow for more tips, right? We always like followers. I like to convert those followers into raving fans and have them on my list. So follow for more tips is okay, But I prefer some things like comment below. I'm going to say that a million times because it kicks off automation. Or on TikTok, we use text more info to this number, and we put a text one in there because TikTok works a little bit differently than like Instagram or Facebook automations. Then I like to talk about this because it's something I learned in the network marketing space years ago. We're always setting up the next appointment at each follow-up step. So from your call to action to them opting into something to getting on your list to all the follow-ups that you're going to do along the way, you want to be always thinking of in the mindset, I'm going to keep setting the next appointment with them until they either opt out of my list, which is completely fine, you guys. Don't be scared of dripping 14 times. You're looking for the sale. If someone opts out, it means what you have isn't for them. And it's going to reduce your cost overall of trying to market to a person that's not your avatar. They are not ready for what you have and are not going to buy from you if they're going to opt out of your list. So don't be worried about, oh, if I send them 14 emails, they're going to opt out. Then they're not meant to buy from you. You want to find and you want to drill down to the ones that are. So you want to keep getting in the inbox of the people who actually want your product, service, or opportunity. So continuous engagement keeps that sales process moving forward without losing momentum, ensuring consistent communication, which turns into conversion. Also, it builds anticipation. By setting the next appointment, you create anticipation to keep the prospect looking forward to the next interaction. So when you're doing your follow-up emails, almost let them know there's going to be another one coming, what that might be. Look forward to, I will be sending you those kinds of things. It shows commitment. It shows consistency on your part, and people love doing business with people who are consistent. It reduces drop off. It ensures continuous engagement, reducing chances of prospects dropping off due to lack of follow-up, because follow-up is where the fortune is. And we all know that. We just need to do more of it, but it's very tedious task if it's not set on autopilot. We like to set things on automation. And then let's see. So I have a 14-step call to action plan for follow-up after an opt-in, after you get an opt-in on one of these social media channels. So it's going to give you a list of all 14 of these opt-ins, or I'm sorry, all 14 of these follow-ups that can go out via email campaigns or SMS campaigns, of which we can show you how to do all of those and set all of those up. Okay. So 14 all in order. I'm going to give you in order all the things that you should do after someone opts in, the 14 emails or SMSs that people are with the call to actions built in them and examples. Okay. And I'm also going to give you a list of, I think it's 50. I think it's 50. Wait for it. I'm going to give you 50 calls to action and how to use them in an example, along with some hashtags that go with them. So that's what I'm going to give you for being on here live and sticking around with me here until the end. What I need you to do is go to the comments right now and comment CTA, and you're going to receive that free guide on crafting effective calls to action, the entire list that I covered, all 14 of these follow-ups that you need to send out in that list of 50 different calls to action. So just go to the comments right now and put CTA, and I will see you on the next Mentor Monday. I hope that you got a lot out of this. Make sure that if you are doing content on social media, you are 100% using a call to action so that you can increase your conversion rate. And if you don't have your follow-up set on automation, you should get started with 14-day free access with us as well, so that you can work on automating your entire follow-up system and process. But right now, just go to the comments and throw CTA in the comments so that we can get you this free list of 50 calls to action and the 14 follow-ups you need to set in place today.